Hi Libra, welcome to your mid-June reading and horoscope. It's possible during the full moon in Sagittarius, even now, you may have said something you regret saying. It's also possible that there's still time for that to happen. That text that you're thinking of sending, that emotional response that you feel as though you've no control over, or maybe somebody said something to you that you can't quite overcome. That's possible too. So with this full moon in Sagittarius, a lot of the energy is to do with something that seemed stable and a sure bet not being a sure bet anymore. The Four of Wands is a stable structure full of celebration and potential. The Three of Pentacles is all about building toward it, but the Tower is that crumbling moment. It's almost as if you had a Four of Wands and it's maybe crumbling at the moment. Something about the structure of your life is distressing you. And the Sagittarius full moon that's just passed as I'm doing this is something that made you want to lash out or speak about it. You may also have been upset at an injustice you saw somebody else doing, so you sent something harsh, something quick, something swift. That Page of Swords energy is all about sending a quick, easy message that's not so quick and easy in terms of its results. The Knight of Pentacles is more steady. So you could be dealing with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you could be taking advice from an earth sign because they have that more methodical approach. But the energy to the earth sign may also get heated at some point. But nevertheless, you have an idea of what you want. There just seems to be a problem with the communication of it. Slow and steady is the key to getting what you want. So if you're feeling like you want to rush something or go, too much into communicating what you think you want, because what you think you want and what you, Neptune's about to go retrograde in Pisces. So basically what I'm saying is what you think you want might not be what you actually want in a week's time. Pisces for you, Libra, is a 6th house day-to-day habit energy. So your habits are going to change. So if you're making a habit of behaving a certain way, or you think you need a certain type of thing, that could shift. The point is you have to delay those emotional responses until you're sure. So Libra, coming into eclipse season in July, we have a few shifts going on that are going to be very transformative for you. And the Cancer energy is sort of giving you this real perspective of what you could be doing differently in your career and as your reputation. With the Sagittarian full moon, you can put your reputation on the line if you are too rigid in how you think things should be done, whether in a relationship or whether in your workplace. What you're wanting, the Hierophant. So you do want something solid. You want something that speaks to your heart, speaks to your truth, and you're finding some sort of crutch or reliance on maybe religion or philosophy, or you're taking a lot of guidance from somebody else, possibly somebody older, possibly a Taurus, but you're taking guidance from somebody that you think has the answers. 10 of Pentacles in the positive position. The challenge is the 10 of Swords. Outcome is the 6 of Cups. Right. What a twist. Okay. I trust this because in July, Mercury's going to go retrograde, so this makes a lot of sense. What's Neptune bringing back to you that you didn't expect it to? Something is having a rerun moment. Something's on its way back to you. I think whatever this is, Libra, is something that ended dramatically. If you have said something, now I do feel as though maybe you had a hot temper moment. Maybe you said something you shouldn't have said. Maybe tensions got very, very high, Libra, as I can sort of see from this, because we're dealing with polarities here. The 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords are so very different, and they're opposing each other directly. So the 10 of Pentacles is something that's favorable for you. So that is something solid, something generous, something that's like a gift. The Ten of Pentacles can very oftentimes represent a gift. It's the happiness, the connections, the two dogs, the family, the ancestry. There's something that brings these people together in common. The Ten of Swords, however, is very solitary, and it's very disappointing. It's very depressing, and it's very, very upsetting. As you can see, there's 10 swords in the back, so it's kind of an overkill moment. What in your life recently has been overkill? Possibly to do with what you've been saying, possibly to do with what you've been doing, but there's an overkill moment. There's a 10 and a 10, which together make 2. So perhaps a partnership has been going in different directions, but you're about to reconnect. So I don't know if you're reconnecting with an ex. I don't know if you're reconnecting with a friend. I don't know if you're reconnecting with a job. You're reconnecting. Let's see how. With a lot of love and a lot of emotion and a lot of substance. A lot of substance. There's a lot of potential. 2 aces side by side oftentimes are indicative of a new relationship. The problem with saying that is that the 6 of Cups very oftentimes is an old relationship. Now, because underneath we have the Page of Pentacles, Libra, I think a lot of you could be reuniting with an earth sign. But I also sort of suspect that maybe some of you are reuniting with a past life type love in this life. So it could be somebody you've not met before now, but this is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. As we go into eclipse season, big changes are going to be happening, and often with eclipses, they can bring people together, but they can also pull them apart. Yours is both. So there seems to be this 10 of Swords. Everything's looking bleak. But the point of the 10 of Swords, actually, Libra, that you can't see when you're in the 10 of Swords because you're face down in the mud, because you're, that's symbolic of being embarrassed about something, is that this sky actually seems to be, the sun seems to be coming up, in my opinion. Some people differ. Some think it's a sunset. Some people think it's a sunrise. Regardless of what time it is, whether it's sunrise or sunset, the sun will rise again anyway. Just because it's setting doesn't mean it won't be back. So something's coming back after setting. There's something being returned to you. And I have to say, what's interesting is that whatever comes back to you this time is so very, very, very different. It's very, very different to whatever it is and how it ended. For the dramatic pain of the 10 of Swords, seeing the 6 of Cups after is kind of this really sweet, wholesome feeling of pleasantries and happiness and emotions. It's kind of as though this is something that you're welcoming. So I don't know, maybe it could be somebody very, very, very different, or an opportunity that's very different that has notions or connections to home. But with the 10 of Swords, I feel as though you're moving from a very, very hurt place to a more loving and accepting phase. Do you know what I mean? It's as if you're kind of forgiving somebody for something, or you're forgiving each other after a fight. It's a beautiful reconnection, whatever it is. The 6 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, it can be a new relationship. It can be meeting the person that you would like to have children with. It can be reconnecting with someone that you never looked at that way before, but now you do. For those of you that it's not romantic, it can be finding a job closer to home, or it can be that you go home for some sort of reunion. It's reuniting, and it gives you a lot of love and a lot of space and a lot of happiness within yourself. It can be minor, it can be major. I think for a lot of you though, there's no messing around with the 10s. I mean, the 10 of Swords in the challenge means that you've really, really been through the ringer on something. And I do sense that Sagittarian full moon, you spoke before you thought. Mars and Pluto doing all these strange things in the cardinal signs, it's a lot of pressure on a Libra person. So be gentle with yourself. Be very patient with your own heart, because there's some very, very beautiful moment ahead here. With the 6 of Cups and the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. To me, the offerings are so very clear that he's offering something to her. She's going to offer something to him. The Ace of Pentacles hand is offering something. The Ace of Cups is offering something. There's a lot coming in that you're going to benefit from. it's a love offer, it's a money offer, but whatever it is, it's speaking to your whole, good Lord, it's speaking to your soul, Libra. Okay, so I really love this. Going into July, I think this is a pretty good energy. It'll certainly make eclipse season feel a little bit easier. The cardinal eclipses are a lot to do with your leadership tendencies and the direction you're going and how much you feel in control of your relationships, as it were. You know, being a cardinal sign, a leader, but also being the sign of partnership, that's a tough one to grapple with. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next set of readings. Bye, Libra.